All right, let's see the chat. Let's pull up the chat, see who's here. Probably not a lot of people right now, but it's okay. It is Saturday morning. Gaiman, welcome to the live stream. I would have Triple T's in the house. I would have missed the live. It's too early, man. It's too early. Wait, aren't you on the East Coast? Isn't it 10, 11, 12? Isn't it 1 o'clock your time? Like 1:30 right now? Or are you not in Eastern time? Great opportunity out there. Great buying opportunity out there. Triple T for 99 cents. Let's go. First super chat of the day. Thank you so much for the 99 cents, man. Thank you so much for the dollar. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's check VDR. I got up at 11. It's only, oh, okay, so you're Central Time. So, yeah, it's 10:30, 11:30. So you're 2 hours off. Okay. Damn, you wake up, dude, you wake up late, but you actually go to sleep late too, huh? All right, let's see. VDR is cooling off. Let's see. Oh, technically it hit our support. Yeah, it hit our support, so that's not bad. That's not bad, dude. Remember, I think support was 54. So that was the next time you were buying, right? Last night's live stream, you said it was 54, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 56. So it actually dipped a little bit further, but even if you bought 56, you're getting that strong bounce, and you'd theoretically be up 15%, again, unless you actually bought down to 43. Then you'd be up a lot. Yeah, you'd be up 50%. So, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's pretty good, man. I seen it, but I didn't buy it yet. Yeah, no worries. I mean, this would be theoretically the bounce point. So this would be a trade opportunity. If it blows up on out of here, then oh well, you're still making money. But the good thing is that you didn't buy yet. So in case it does come up and make a lower high, you could always, and it does get rejected, the next big landing pad for VDR would be 2015 to 26, which is a really big capitulation. So that's like a huge capitulation. That's like it basically going back down to the lows prior to the move. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. And I can't believe it has 1 million people on the watch list. That's insane. It's a lot of people. Yeah, let's see what we can look at. Midnight. What's going on with night? Yeah, it's having a reversal, but I don't think it's like a continuation. Yeah. Yeah. I actually can't make any more videos on the live stream for the next couple of days because I have so many videos that are scheduled out. I have so many videos that are scheduled out, so I could actually just remove that. Excuse me. What a beast. I can't believe Bitcoin Cash is doing good. What's up, Smash Toshi? Welcome. Yeah, because I got in at 004, I don't think it'll go down there. It has 1 million on the watch list. Dang. Yeah. No, I just noticed that. I can't believe. Yo, my coin that came out, or one of my coins, I guess I should call it my coin, but dude, Dojo on Mars has 1 million people on the watch list, and it's at 33 million market cap. And then you have VDR that, it just came out, and it's at 1 million watch list. 1 million on the watch list. What is this? That's just way too much. Decentralized advertising platform to support live stream content creators across Twitch, YouTube, Kick directly with broadcast services. Bodra enables live streamers to monetize their content by displaying ads seamlessly. Yo, that's crazy. Why didn't you tell me about that? Why didn't you tell me what this coin actually was? I gotta look into this. It's pretty cool. Oh, damn it. It's for streamers. Down 2K on my 14 billion Elon. Damn, dude. It's okay, though. I guess, yeah, that's all I got to say. So, I mean, you know, there's always people that are down, probably more, but everything's down. Smash Toshi. It's not just Dogelon. I don't know if you watched the Elon video this morning, but basically we looked at every single coin, and we also looked at Doge and Shiba Inu, and it's not just Dogelon. It's every single coin is down. So it's not just Dogelon. It's for streamers. Yeah. It came out in 2021. I told you that, but it didn't take off good. But it's still here. It was on ETH. Now it's on Solana. I'm down now. You're down on what? On Vodra? We all down. It's the weekend people taking profits to go kick it. Always remember that. Yeah, everyone took advantage of this bounce. I mean, technically Bitcoin is still bouncing though. Oh man, I can't wait to just like buy BTC when we have these giant moves down and just trade my way back up to the top. It's gonna be the best feeling ever. Actually taking and securing profits. Let's see. Bitcoin Bajan, yo. I thank you so much for the 5. I've been watching Iran Military Cat like almost every single live stream. You haven't been here in a while, but I've been watching this, and this thing did a 20x from the low. So look at this. And I remember you came in the live stream and we talked about it here. So I don't know what happened with this, but it's up 20x. So that's crazy, man. I hope you took profits on Iran Military Cat, man. Bitcoin Bajan for 5 beans. Let's go. Says down big. It's brutal. Can we look at AIOZ? Yeah, so AIOZ, unfortunately, you broke below the 382 at 8 cents 80. I mean, this does not look bullish at all. Let's see if you landed on support. No, you didn't even land on support. The next major area of support for AIOZ is 3 cents. And then on the macro time frame, it's you need to get back over 8 cents 70. If you don't, you could still theoretically come back to that level and get stuck on the macro time frame. But on the shorter time frame, let's just say resistance at, so obviously the RSI is extremely oversold, so I don't know if you're trading it. But if you're trading it, then theoretically this is where you're taking profits at, which is around 10 cents to 16 cents. Obviously, if you're holding it, you need to invalidate this downtrend that's forming. Which does coincide with, obviously, this downtrend and this area of resistance. So if you're trading it, then theoretically from this low, you're looking at an 88 to 200% pump, kind of like what you did last time. But if it's bullish and you're holding it, you need to break this area of resistance and get some sort of follow through and continuation to invalidate this downtrend. So thank you so much for the 5 beans. I hope you made money on the Iran military cat thing. But everyone's down. I mean, everything's down so much right now. So it's just brutal market, man. T says, well, I did that at 204. I'm up a little. It's at 006. I'm not up like I was, but it's the weekend. Yeah, I went to bed around 2 a.m. Dude, that's so... I was sleeping for like 6 hours by that time. 2 a.m. Yeah, I was in bed by like 9 p.m. So 5 hours. Damn. Hit the like button, people. Let's go. Bitcoin Bajan says yes, exactly. Yeah, so did you you made money on it though, right? Okay, I hope you did. Okay, so Bitcoin Bajan says I did, but AIOZ was bigger position. Yeah, so I don't know if you dollar cost average into AIOZ, but if we're in a bear market, then expect to come up and get a lower high and validate this downtrend. Okay, so if we're bearish, then we're bearish, man. But if we're bullish, then you're looking at a continuation once you break this area of resistance. But again, if you're trading it, then traders are going to be taking profits at that area. So we could have set the same thing here. You broke the 236382 here, but then you got stuck at the next area of resistance. So the same thing you could say here, and then on the shorter time frame would be 8 cents and 12 cents. So there's a lot of resistance, unfortunately, and the fact that you're under its macro 382 means that it's just macro bearish, or it's not macro bullish anymore. Right, BTC at 69K, we all down. Yeah. Yeah. I'm down on my Dogelon. My average was 6 zeros 11, and basically it's now like at 3,500, 3,600. So if you guys can do the math. So I could still take that money out of my Gemini. Or I could just try to, you know, buy if it dips again or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see. Hey. Hey, come here. Oh, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Good girl. My cat just came over here and just flooped. Just chilling with me. All right, let's see. What else are we going to look at? What else is there to look at? Bitcoin Bajan for another 10 beans. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. That's $15, man. Thank you so much for the $15. That's a lot of money. What about Chainlink and Uniswap? Have big holdings but worried about more downside action. Okay, so for Chainlink, a couple things to note on here. Yeah, so We need to redraw this chart. Obviously, we got stuck here at resistance multiple times, and then the price got rejected and we made a lower low. A couple things to note on Chainlink is that you are extremely oversold on the daily. So just to give you some hopium, the last time we were this oversold, or the last couple times that we were this oversold, the price did bottom out. So you got some sort of relief, okay? So here, you actually put in a bottom and then it was bullish. And then the next time you made a lower high, even here you made a lower high, but you eventually consolidated and then broke out. So there's a lot of, the fact that you're extremely oversold I don't think you're just going to go straight down to zero, but you are going to get some sort of bounce. Now just keep in mind for Chainlink, you have resistance. I hate using the wicks, but I'm going to just to play conservatively. You have resistance at $9.80 and 12 cents. So you do need to first and foremost break this area. Now, again, given that you just saw the last 3 times that we've been this oversold, hopefully we're putting in a bottom now. I mean, chances are more likely than not that you are putting in a bottom. And then if you're trading it from the low, then you're looking at 37 to 67%. You could theoretically get a bigger move up. Once you break this area of resistance, the next bigger target is $16 for Chainlink. But just keep in mind, the reason why that's important is if we are in a bear market and you're making a lower high, these are the areas where traders are going to be taking profits and you're going to be seeing sell-offs. Because looking back, it's going to validate some sort of downtrend forming that we don't see yet. And it's going to come up here and make a lower high. You're going to have the opportunity to sell. But if you're holding it because you think it's going to the moon, then that's the only time that you're going to get wrecked because it's going to come back down. So you need to decide at those points, hey, am I done with Chainlink, or do I want to keep holding on and hoping to get a reversal? So on the macro time frame for Chainlink, we have support we actually came down and we literally retested support at $7.40. So that is still valid support on the downside in case we do consolidate here, get stuck, make a lower high. That's the next target. So that's pretty much it for Chainlink. And then for Uniswap, I don't know how Uniswap is all the way at its low, but it is. So yeah, so we unfortunately never broke out of resistance. We did come up and then the price actually capitulated. This is so bearish. I mean, this is just so bearish right now for Uniswap. I'd say the next major area of support for Uniswap, which actually you did already tag, so maybe you're coming down and you're filling the wick, is around $2.70, around $2.64, around that area. Now the same thing goes here. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't want to use that wick, so at this point we'll just use that wick to this low. You do still have resistance on the macro time frame between $5.45 and $8. So if you're buying now, or if you bought at the dip, then traders are taking profits around these areas, you're looking at around a 93 to 178% pump. Keep in mind that still validates this downtrend and it still keeps Uniswap in this downtrend. So you're still coming up here making a lower high. If you're holding it, the same scenario as we discussed with Chainlink, where if you're holding it, then the next major area would be actually coming back up here and retesting the 618 for the third time at $15. But at this point, let's just call it $5 to $8, and then on the shorter time frame and playing it very conservatively, resistance at between $4 and $4.97. So these are all areas of resistance with the first major area, and traders will be taking profits at the levels at $4 and $5.01. So just none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Thank you so much for the $15. That's a lot of money, so I really do appreciate that. That's a lot. And yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps your strategy. I hope you made a lot of money with Iran military cat, because it did a 20x, and that's a lot of money. Imagine if you put in like even $100. That's like $2,100. So that's $2,100 on $20. So I hope you made more, but I'm just saying that's good. It's definitely a good profit, man. You called it, so I hope you got the money you wanted. All right, let's see. Mike Krieger says, great TA. Can you take a look at AVNT? It seems like it survived the big BTC crash without it going to zero. We can take a look at it in a second. So if you haven't voted, we got about around 20 bogeys in the chat. If you haven't voted, definitely go vote. Let's see if the chat is bearish or bullish. As of right now, we have 9 votes in. We have 67% saying that it's going to $60,000. So 67% of the chat is bearish. We got 81,000 saying to the moon, 33% saying $81,000 to the moon. So we only have 33% of the chat bullish and 67% of the chat bearish. So definitely go get your votes in. And yeah, I don't know if that actually helps the channel schematics or revenue, but oh well. Yeah, so for Avantis, I mean, you came up, you had a 236382 retracement, which Bitcoin, Bajan, if you're still in here, that's why we do that, because when you have sharp sell-offs, you usually have some sort of retracement. But that's all that it is. It's just a retracement and not a continuation. So you got a lot of coins doing retracements, making lower highs, especially if we are in a bear market, which I'll leave that completely up to you. I think we are, but we are all entitled to our own opinion. So, you know, even Avantis at a 92% pump, it got stuck at resistance and then it came back down and made a lower high and broke down. So obviously very bearish, no more support. I'd say the next support is 12 cents. Doesn't mean it's going to go straight there. You might chop around, consolidate. We do need to consolidate and establish a base before we can start taking a look at the next levels on the top side. So right now would be 32 cents to 48 cents. And then a bigger move would be 92 cents, but 12 cents on the downside for Avantis. One thing I've learned, bears are always right in crypto. I converted into a bear. Let's go. Welcome to the dark side. Bitcoin Bajan says, which meme coin is the best for a big relief bounce? Mog, Toshi, or maybe Bonk? Just wondering. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. So let's look at all of them. So Mog, the last time Mog had a nasty sell-off, you actually respected our analysis, right? So you actually put in a bottom and then you had a relief rally. You had the opportunity to get into a trade when the RSI was oversold, like it is right now. So again, you might have an opportunity. Like, this is perfect. I wish you had bought when it was wicked down here, but even now you have the opportunity to have some sort of bounce, given that the RSI is extremely oversold. It might not be 82%, but it might be 30 to 50% or whatever it's going to be. We don't know. But, you know, MOG went up 82% and then capitulated. Now, taking a look at, you said Toshi. Toshi had, I think it was the same thing, right? You came down, you came up to resistance and you got stuck. Toshi had around a 55%. So you never know. Like in this case, relatively comparing apples to apples, it's around 80% versus 55%. Toshi is still extremely oversold. You are in macro support right now for Toshi, so I don't think it's just going to go straight down to zero. It might, but you might get some sort of, chances are more likely that you get some sort of relief as opposed to a bigger move down. So theoretically, traders are waiting for a move up. It's going to make a lower high. They're going to take profits, and it's going to send the price down, making a lower low, like we have always seen. And then your next thing was Bonk. Let's take a look at Bonk. Okay, so Bonk, we established a floor. You had a really big move up with Bonk. It was around 83%. So out of the three that you mentioned, MOG had the biggest bounce initially. So they're all doing the same thing, right? Let's even take a look at Pepe. Let's take it a step further and look at Pepe. Pepe had a monster move, actually. Pepe from this low did 100%. So Pepe also is holding up extremely well. So you can see that Toshi's made a lower high. Toshi made a lower low. You could see Mog made a lower low. But Pepe is actually holding up pretty well because it not only filled this wick, but it also is now price action is now actually closing over this previous dip in December. So Pepe's, comparatively speaking, is performing better than the last couple coins that you said, and it had the biggest percent move. Taking a look at Shiba for you. Shiba, same here. You see how I just showed you Pepe? Well, look, Shiba actually broke its area and it made a lower high. So, I mean, yeah, you got to move up with Shiba, and it was 46%, but that's no different than Bonk, or that's half the amount of Mog, and that doesn't even compare to, that's more than 50% of Pepe. So yeah, so I hope that made sense. Obviously, I would say Pepe's pretty good. Let's look at Doge. Obviously, Doge is number one, right? So even Doge, you came up, you got smacked against. I actually updated my Doge chart. So yeah, for Doge, you had a 35% move, and then you actually made a lower low. So just based off of that, you can see, okay, some of these memes are performing better and holding up better compared to other meme coins, because a lot of the meme coins that made lower lows, obviously, like it looks, the chart is validating a major downtrend as opposed to starting a base and starting to consolidate and then waiting for the market to turn bullish again before attempting to break the next area of resistance, which is what we always have on the top side, which right now for Dogecoin is 11 to 13 cents. So anyway, I know that's a lot of information, and I hope that all made sense. So thank you so much for the $15. That's a lot of money, man. Mike says, thank you. You're very welcome. Anthony Vegas says, can you look at Digibyte? I haven't looked at Digibyte in a while. Fernando says, what's up, meow? Can you look at Buttcoin? I'm going to take a look at Buttcoin. Hey, what's up, baby? Good girl. What a good girl. Just sleeping right over here. Oh, sweet, sweet cat. All right, let's see. Digibyte. Yeah, we haven't looked at Digibyte. Yeah, we haven't even looked at it in such a long time. You actually broke down. There is no more support for Digibyte. I don't know, man. Be careful with Digibyte. Yeah, I mean, the RSI is extremely oversold. So hopefully you get some sort of relief rally. On the macro time frame, I would say bearish under 2.096 and bullish over 1 cent 70. Keep in mind, before you came and double topped here, you got rejected twice, and both times you came down and you broke this base and actually put in a lower low. So just be careful with this. As long as it's under 2.096, it's unfortunately macro bearish and it doesn't have a floor. RSI is extremely oversold, so maybe you get a relief and you have the opportunity to make some money if you're trading, or get out so you don't technically sell the bottom. So not financial advice, just my opinion. I'm looking at USOR again. It's lower than I got in at 007. I got in at 009. So it's at 007. Yeah, wow, this thing's going down. Yeah, what are you going to do? What's going on here? What's up, Floofin? Welcome to the live stream. Thanks, bro. You're welcome. And then we got to look at Buttcoin for the Buttcoin guy. Yeah, so Buttcoin's actually holding up extremely well. Wow, it's doing very well. Yeah, Bitcoin, our target, so it never actually came down and retested support. So right now for Bitcoin, the target right now on the upside is 34 cents, which keep in mind, I don't know how, you might have like 1 second to get out, but that is pretty good, man. You're looking at a 600% pump from the current price. So it looks like you double topped and then now you're actually getting a breakout. So good for you, man. 600% is on the table right now for Bitcoin. I hope you make it. 'T, are you gonna get back into USOR? Zombie Hunter, I wish I sold my Swift coin on the most recent pump a month or two ago at 0.008. Yeah, we talked about that. So I don't know if you watch I mean, if you watch the live streams or if you watch the videos, then you kind of, it's repetitive. It's very repetitive. Because I can't tell you guys to sell, but that's why we have these areas of resistance because it's like, hey, if it's bearish and you're making a lower high, at least you're not selling a bottom. At least you have the opportunity to sell um, and get some money back. But I get it. Nobody wants to sell at a loss, but then you end up holding it. It becomes a lower low. But if it's bearish, that's exactly what's going to happen. And if it's bullish, then it doesn't matter because you're making higher lows anyway. So you know it's bullish. But unfortunately, it's bearish right now. Obviously, you made a lower low. But the good thing is that you're actually closing over this base right now. So you might have another opportunity or at least get some sort of consolidation over this area. And then once we turn bullish again, you'll have another opportunity to break 2.057 and 2.085. So the good thing is, I mean, yeah, you made a lower high here, but I mean, price isn't actually closing in the, like, price is closing at the base, which is a good sign. So if there's any hopium I can give you, it would be that. Tw 2004 Lamborghini. Let's go. Let's go. And a double top is bad, man. A double top is good. And a double top is bad, man. LOL. A double bottom is good. I noticed you said that about USOR, I think. What do you mean? So, yeah, what do you mean? Well, we said we had resistance at, I mean, we hit every single target on USOR. Look, you hit this perfectly. And then the next target from here, as we were going up, I said double top at 8 cents 50. That's the next area that you need to get a breakout. If you don't, then you double topped and you're coming back down. It, or even like a double bottom. Double bottom, hopefully you're putting in a bottom and it double bottoms followed by a retracement, because if it typically goes back down there, then you're at risk at capitulation, making a lower high. So, sorry, a lower low. Thanks. I actually sold at 2 cents. Damn it. I got in at 1 cent. It's all good. Bitcoin Bajan says, do you think MOG can maybe go back to 25? Thinking about short-term trade or maybe bonk tough because these coins keep going down. Let me see. I mean, the good thing is that if you're debating right now, the RSI is extremely oversold, so selling is very exhausted. Obviously, sellers are exhausted. MOG just capitulated by 50%, more than 50%, man. Can it go back up to 25? That's not asking for much, but let me see. I guess on the shorter time frame and then doing trades, that's the 618 from this high to the low. You're still validating this downtrend, so I would say yes. I would say yes to that. And then for, you said bonk or maybe bonk. Let me see bonk. Yeah, because even if you know you're making a lower high, then you're playing it very conservatively. Because when we're this oversold, of course you're gonna get some sort of bounce. Like look at what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin just got a $10,000 bounce. Like even if it's a dead cat bounce, you're still gonna get a bounce. And yeah, I'd say 93 best case scenario for bonk, which would be another 44% pump from the current price. So, and you're still validating a downtrend, and you're still selling at making a lower high. So yes, I think it's possible. A double top is bad if it falls. Oh, so you think it? You think won't go back up before the 20th? They have an announcement. It's bogus. I'm trying to make more money before then. For what? For USOR? No, we were talking about just before the analysis before. But once you broke key areas of support, then you came back down to macro support, and then you actually came all the way back down and filled this wick. So almost filled this wick. So, but then imagine getting in this trade and buying this low and selling for another 200%. That would be ultimate jeter. That would be ultimate jeeting. Damn, I can't believe we're still in extreme fear. We're still at 8. Wow. We should definitely see some sort of relief rally on altcoins. But, like, they're probably going to come back and make lower highs, though. That's the problem. Zombie Hunter says, do you think if they actually get the Clarity Act passed that we will become bullish? Dude, I have no idea. It's probably temporarily going to be bullish. Maybe the market's pumped because of that, because people think it's going to be bullish, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like a maybe it might be a permanent thing. Maybe it might be permanent bullishness temporarily. That's what I'm talking about. Buy now, sell later. Yeah, if you're gonna. So did you already buy USOR? Are you back in it right now? So what's your target? If you're in it right now, we could take a look at the targets on the upside, but I don't know if you already bought it or not. All right, we got 18 votes in. We got 56% of the chat is bearish. BTC to $60,000. We got 44% of the chat bullish, going to $81,000. Let's see, are we getting subscribers? I need to get to 9,000 subs. Let's go. Yo, we are almost there. We're getting good amount. We're getting a good amount of subs in, but come on, guys. Help me get to 9,000 subs. Let's go. Triple T says, no, I didn't buy now, just looking at it. I'll wait until tomorrow or tonight. Don't know yet. Okay, well, let me know if you do, so that I can actually look at the targets on the upside and give you some areas of resistance or retracement periods. Retracement zones. Because technically, like, it would have been perfect if you bought there, because we would have set the same thing like we always say, which is like, hey, you have resistance here. So even if you sold the bottom of that, that's still 77%. Still a lot of money, but you get greedy and hold to the 382, which would have been 172%. But unfortunately, yeah, it is under the 236 right now. So you might actually come back down and then break out of here. But I mean, you could also argue that you're forming some sort of uptrend. So you just really have to decide. But yeah, I would wait. I would wait too, because you got to wait until there's like some sort of confirmation. Or if you break down, then you're buying it at like the cheapest price levels. All right, let's see what else are we gonna have up here. Got 89.18. Let's go. I gotta open the door for my cat. Give me 1 second. Hey, you want me to open the door? Hey, come on. There you go. Yeah, good luck, Triple T. The Jeter of the century. The Jeter of 2026. So far, he's been so good with every single trade. I need more money before I move in. Yeah, so you're moving next week, right? Damn, Bitcoin Bajan for another 5 beans. Yo, that's a lot of money. That's $20. Can Cosmos ever? That's a lot of money, man. Thank you so much for the $5. That's $20 now, man. Can Cosmos ever go back to $10? I have a ton of it, but it's worthless. But worthless position. Damn, dude. Did you buy the top on that? I hate Cosmos. Yeah, I can't believe, dude. Did I ever tell you back in 2019 when this thing first got listed on Coinbase, I bought some, and it was like, yeah, it was like 100. I bought like 100 of them. It was nothing. It was like $500 or something, but it went to $50. Oh, first of all, I didn't hold it that long, but I didn't make any money on it. But it's just crazy to see it back down to like, how is it actually gonna get listed on Coinbase, go to like $8, and then go to $50 and then break down? So I guess right now, can it ever go back to $10? Let me see. Did they release the crap out of circulation? 490 million. Do you know if they have a burning mechanism? Yeah, you can see that the chart shifts, so it's like inflationary. They're releasing coins into the supply. Based off the token unlock schedule, it looks like all the tokens been released, but then again, I don't know their mint schedule, so that's something that theoretically you would know. But can it go back up to $10? So that's a 5x. That would put the market cap at 5 billion. And the last time it was 5 billion was back in March of 2024, which was, the price was $14. So you're looking at like, you know, like for probably 40% discrepancy there. I don't know about $10. Yeah, I don't know about $10, but here's what I have for you, Bitcoin Bajan. The good thing is that you're establishing a floor right now. So you triple bottomed, you never came down and made a lower low. So it's not like Cosmos like down here and you're like in some sort of you're still in a downtrend, but Technically, you're establishing a base here, okay? So this is still valid. Our targets on the upside is still valid at $3.82 to $6. You could theoretically, I don't want to say $10, but I would say conservatively speaking, maybe you have a 0.5 retracement at $8.92. Because what that does is that still hits a lower high. So if it's still going to be bearish, then maybe you come back up to $9, get stuck, and you don't break out, and you come back down and you sell at that point, and you catch some sort of top. But very conservatively speaking, you have resistance at $3.82 and $6.11, which as of today is going to be around 85 to 189%, still validating this deep downtrend that we are in. So can it go back to $10? Yes, it could go to $13. You could actually have a 618 retracement, and that's it. But I don't. So technically, yes, but like I wouldn't. If I were you, I wouldn't wait until it gets back up to $13. I would definitely take profits at every single area of resistance, because at any point, now knowing what you know, you could just come back up to those levels, make a lower high, and then get sent back down and make a lower low. So, which is why now I'm going to try to make my money back this cycle with buying BTC when it dips, especially like when it did to like 60,000. I didn't buy any, but when I'm completely out of all my other coins, it'll be easy to be like, ooh, I'm going to buy it now and then trade my way to the top, because I know that we're going to get some sort of bounce, and I know that BTC will at least get some sort of bounce. But again, with these coins, you don't know how high they can go. So that's why I'm saying, conservatively speaking, let's just say you make a lower high on the macro time frame, because this has been doing the same thing over and over again. You have $3.82 to $6.11. And thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. That's a lot. So thank you. I'm moving when it's ready. Nice, dude. Triple T says, I think Apecoin is a good play. It usually starts going up in April, crash out, but I will get into that later. Apecoin, bro, what is this at? Like 5 cents now? Oh, it's at 13 cents? What the heck? Dude, this thing was at $10 at one point. Oh my god, this thing was at $20 at one point. At least the good thing is it's almost fully diluted. So March of this year, Apecoin will be fully diluted. So at least it has that going for it. But unfortunately, just like Atom, this thing is like an endless pit. This thing is just going down to zero. It's just stuck in a very horrible death spiral right now. So, and you made a lower low here. So Bitcoin, Bajan, the last two coins like MOG and Cosmos, you actually established a base, and that's what the difference is. Where it's like, okay, well, this is like so bearish because you actually like made a lower low, and price action is still in here. I mean, if you're trying to gamble Triple T, that's one thing. You could still theoretically come back up to 38 cents and get 182%. And keep in mind, with Apecoin, it seems to have been doing the same thing over and over again. So even here, you had a 236382 retracement. You got rejected. You made a lower low. Here, you had a 236 retracement. Price got rejected. You made a lower low. Here, you had a 236382 retracement. Price got rejected. You made a lower low. Here, you never ended up breaking out. And I think it's because we probably have to start at this point, like looking at it this way on the smaller time frame. Million different ways. You got stuck at resistance, made a lower low. So you might get, even on the shorter time frame, you might get stuck at 21 and 32 cents, and that itself is going to be around a 70 to 140% pump, and traders will be taking profits at that point. But yeah, I mean, this is, if your coin looks like this, it's very, very, very bearish. But I guess it's no different than OXT, right? Yeah, OXT is at 1 cent 80. That's insane. I did not think that it was gonna. I never thought in my right state of mind that OXT would go down from like 10 cents to 1 cent 80. What a joke. Triple T for 99 cents. Let's go. That's another dollar. Thank you so much for the $2 or for the, I don't even know how much you sent me, like $3 or $4 now. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Or wait, $2. Thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate that, man. Next bull run, coin's gonna rock. Wait, what? Next bull run, coin's gonna rock. Watch. We gonna make it for the last one. I can't wait for the bear market. I'm loading up on everything. Buying till like 3 to 4 months from now. Yeah, that's my plan with Bitcoin. Did we get any more subs? Come on, people. Let's get to 89.20 today. We're gonna be live for another 8-10 minutes ish. Just FYI, it's just gonna be an hour live stream today because it's Saturday, and I think we live streamed for 10 hours this week. Yeah, because one of the days was like 3 hours. So I live streamed from like 5 to 8. And then the other day was like 5 to 7. So yeah. I'm going to live stream for like an hour today and tomorrow. Yeah, that's my plan, Triple T, with BTC. I gotta trade my way back up to the top. Bitcoin Bajan says, what is better, Degen coin or Noise? Bigger potential. Degen probably has a bigger potential, but yeah, wow. What the heck happened to Degen? I think that's the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah. Yeah, so Degen. Yeah, I guess you tag support, which is where this purple box is indicated. I hope we get a reversal here for Degen at least. More potential, it would be, our targets are still the same, 75 to 161%. And then taking a look at Noise, yeah, I don't know about Noise. But it is new, right? It is a new coin. So maybe it has more of a potential. 3.9 million market cap. And then Degen has... yeah, 15 million market cap, and they have a token unlock schedule. Oh, but it's fully diluted, so... dude, it has 1.8 million holders for Degen. That's insane. I mean, higher... so, Bitcoin Bajan, if you were going to ask me, your gamble play should be Noise, high risk, high reward, but the safer option would be Degen. So, that's what I have to say about that. And wow, Noise is actually on Coinbase Exchange. It just got listed on Coinbase. Right? Wow. Yeah, this is for sure higher risk, higher reward. Jeffrey says, hey, how about TokenFi? TokenFi. Yeah, I mean, this is another gamble play. Obviously, you're just stuck in a downtrend right now. Yeah, you already came back up and had a 23682 retracement. So, I mean, I guess technically you can argue that you're making a higher low and you're starting some sort of uptrend. But I'd say bearish under 6 cents, 2068 and bullish over 13. Keep in mind that still hits this downtrend, so you have a lot of resistance to break. So wow, the chat is flipping. Let's see. Yeah, the chat's flipping. We got 52% of the chat is bearish, and then 48% of the chat is bullish with 21 votes in. So we had like 30 people in here. So we had 36 people in here. So definitely get your votes in. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel so I can hurry up and get to 10,000. You know what? Hold on. Let me change that. Please subscribe to help me get to my... Damn, you know what? Never mind. I need some coffee or something. I don't know. Please help me on my journey to the road. Okay, please help me to my journey on my road to 10,000 subs. There we go. All right, guys, if you haven't subbed, please help me on my journey. Damn it. Please help me on my journey to... All right, guys, if you haven't subbed, please help me on my journey to 9,000 subscribers. Thank you. There we go. I'll get better at it. Grand Marquis says, how about DMC? I don't know what that is, but we could take a look. Yeah, DeLorean, nice. I mean... I think it's just a gamble play, right? Yeah, this thing has a crazy token unlock schedule, so just be careful with that. It's only a 6 million market cap, and the fully diluted is 14, so I wouldn't really stress out about it that much. You already had a retracement, so I think you already had a massive retracement, yeah. So, you already attempted to break out the 23632. You did get stuck here, and you got both times you got rejected. And you're making lower highs, so price to beat would be 2/018, and it's bearish as long as it's under 2/012. It will probably come back down, make a lower low, and validate this downtrend that we're in. So Bitcoin Bajan for another $5. Yo, that is like $25 right now. So that's crazy. Thank you so much for the 25 beans. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're the best. Thank you. Is Hyperliquid the real deal? How high will it go? I don't know. As high as my sub count? Come on. Come on. Okay. Let's see. Hyperliquid. I don't know, but I'll check for you. Yeah, I think it... Dude, I mean, you know, Bitcoin just dropped by so much. And it's actually performing pretty well. So, hold on. Yeah, dude, look at this. So the Hyperliquid BTC chart, you're actually not losing any value against BTC. So you're actually doing very good. This is a very good sign for a coin. And to show you examples of what isn't, if your coin looks like this, where the pairing, the coin pairing with BTC looks like this, that means that you're just losing value relative to Bitcoin and you're better off buying Bitcoin. Okay. Let's just even look at Doge BTC, right? So Doge BTC, you still made lower highs and you're still technically losing value against BTC. But just like I showed you, Hype BTC, you're actually not. You actually aren't losing value, well, luckily, because of this massive move. But that's a good sign, given that Bitcoin just went from $123,000 to $60,000, and Hyperliquid is still forming some sort of major upward channel. So I do think it's pretty good. I don't know much about this, but it's a 8 billion market cap. It does have a really big fully diluted market cap, so just be careful, because as they release coins, then this parent, it is going to increase pressure and obviously push this down. So if the coins don't get bought up, then most likely you're going to form some sort of downtrend forming, and then it is going to be something like this eventually. Now, in terms of the price, how high can it go? We can take a look at that. So, this is perfect, because we said we had resistance, so very repetitive. We had resistance between $26 and $30. You broke that. You came down and you retested it as support. You can see you actually wicked under it, but you actually closed over this. So the coin is respecting this area as resistance, which is now flipped support. Right now, I know you're saying how high will it go? In the short term, the target is you need to stay over 26 to 30. As long as that happens, and once you consolidate and you form some sort of bull flag and you break out of this downtrend, you're looking at $39, which as of today is going to be around a 26% pump. The next major area of resistance is 47, followed by previous high. And once that breaks, how high will it go? We have a target up here at $115. That is only a 264.4%. So let's just say it's a 3x from the current price. Let's just do its easy math, 3x from the current price. That is going to put the market cap around, let's just say for easy math again, $30 billion. So I don't really know how high this can go because the highest market cap that we have recorded for this is around 19 billion, and the price at that point was around $56, which as of today, $56 would be around a 82%. So it's relatively the same. So I don't think they actually released any coins, and it doesn't look like they did. So I think that's all solid, but conservatively speaking, I'd say probably between $59 and $115 is safe to say that could be the next all-time high. And what that does is it also validates this huge uptrend that we're in. So I guess let me do it like that, because right. So it does validate this giant uptrend and this giant channel that we're in. And BTC has one of these too. So in the macro time frame, it looks just like this. So not like this chart, but you're in an upward channel. So that's what I think. I know that's a lot of information. Thank you so much for the $5. That's a lot of, thanks for the $25. That's a lot of money. So I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I hope your coins go up, man. I really hope your coins go up. Olet, welcome to the live stream. Did I get any more subs? Let's see. Let's check the sub chats. Nope. Bitcoin Bajan says, thank you for the info. You're absolutely welcome. And thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for all the super chats. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's a lot of money. So thank you. Is Vision still live streaming? No, he has not live streamed for a while now. Let's see. Yeah, I think the last time he live streamed was 3 weeks ago. Did I miss it? Did he say that he wasn't live streaming
anymore?
Pump
again. So I should return.
Oh, what? He did say it.
Either $50,000 Bitcoin or $117,000. We'll say 115.
Oh, so he's actually stopping. Hold on. What did he say before that? I didn't even watch this all the way.
Good luck. Good luck to you all. It's been a pleasure. See you on the other side, Chief. Hopefully we continue to rally. I would be very disappointed.
Look at 3 weeks ago. Did you see that chart? Yo, did you see that 3 weeks ago? Like, oh my God, 96,000. Bam! $60,000 BTC.
Continue to rally.
If only we had known.
I would be very disappointed if that was it. But that's how we always feel. But good luck to you all. So I should return at either $50,000.
So he's coming back at 50,000.
So that's what I'm thinking. Think we come to the spring 116, or we're at 54,000. So best of luck to you all. As always, none of this is financial advice, and we'll be back pretty shortly. I'll just leave it there. And we'll be back.
Damn, I can't believe I missed his I watch all of his live streams and I missed his live stream. Damn, I just lost 2 subscribers. Damn, that's crazy. I guess they really don't like Vision, man. What the heck? I just put on Vision and I lost 2 subscribers. That's crazy. I'm just joking. There's probably no correlation. I missed that too. Yeah. Let's see. Triple T says, so Vodra was minted on January 7th, 2025. On Solana, it's only 2233 holders. So it's still expanding though. But it still has 1 million people on Coin Market Cap watch list, so that's not bad. Damn it. Hey, come back, guys. Resubscribe to the channel. I'm not watching it anymore. I'm not watching the video anymore. Come on, guys. Let's see. Sorry, but Vision is too emotional and a terrible TA person. Feel bad for the guy. Vision scared them. Yeah, you talk about him too much. You talk about him too much, his voice. Yeah. Wow, man. Ethereum with the absolutely garbage of a bull run. Didn't even make an all-time high. I don't watch him anymore. His energy be feeling sad, and I can't take that. Yeah, I think if Bitcoin was at like $200,000 and everyone was making money, maybe it would be like a little bit different. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I think yeah, we've been live for 1 hour and 10 minutes now. Bitcoin Bajan says, you and Vision are my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. It's always nice to hear that, man. Yeah, Ethereum did absolutely nothing. What a joke. This entire time I was like, we're going to get a giant run for Ethereum. My price target for Ethereum was $8,000, dude. And it made an all-time high. And it made an all-time high by like $50, right? Yeah, no, $20. Dude, the last all-time high for Ethereum was 47.24, and then this one was 49.53. So sorry, $200. Do you know how depressing that is? That's so depressing. My target this entire bull run for Ethereum was $8,000, and it never went up that high. It's just crazy, and we never got alt season. Shocked that Ethereum never ran. Same here. He still has my subscription though. I remember when Vision said he will become a millionaire, then lost all of his money. I remember when you got banned on my channel. How do you like that? Anyway, yeah, that's like, how you gonna laugh at that? Yeah, none of that negative energy stuff here, man. Get out of here. You're banned. You can make 5 million different subscriber or things and subscribe to my channel and comment, but every single one of them is going to get banned if you say stuff like that. What's wrong with you? Anyway, sorry, that like really is the hey, that really got my blood boiling. That really upset me. Like, who says that? Who actually says that? Anyway, I think I need to get off the live stream now, because that's just like, I don't want to turn toxic, right? I'm trying to like stay positive and stuff. So we will be live again tomorrow. So just FYI, guys, all the watch list videos. Oh wait, hold on. We got Bitcoin Bajan for another $5. Dude, that's $30. You just gave me $30 in one day. Dude, that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much for that. Damn. Okay, Bitcoin Bajan says, last one. When can BNB run possible 2K? Well, first of all, I like BNB. I've never bought it, but I like BNB because it actually always makes all-time, like this chart is so bullish, okay? This chart is so bullish, and they actually burn coins and they take care of their ecosystem. So I think that BNB is a very good play. I mean, I wouldn't buy it right now. I'd obviously wait to buy it. So looking at BNB for Bitcoin Bajan. Yeah, looking at Bitcoin Bajan, looking at BNB for Bitcoin Bajan, I'd say 2K. Yeah, so 50. So right now the target on the upside and the higher high on the macro time frame is still 1573. So that is still our area of resistance. You can see we almost went up and tagged it, but we didn't. And then for a pullback and support, as long as you get back over, no, actually, you know what? We'll just do this. Yeah, on the macro time frame, you're actually respecting this area as support. We are extremely oversold. So just FYI, we're extremely oversold. So 651 absolutely needs to hold. If it doesn't, then you're looking at a bigger capitulation, probably going to bottom out at $289 to $400 is my guess for a all-time low. For a cycle low. But from there, we just have to see where it's going to bottom. But as of right now, given all the targets, 1573 is the next target on the upside. Can it go to 2000? Yes, but right now the first target that I can give you is 1573, and that's pretty much it. Now, financial advice, just my opinion. Thank you so much for the 5 beans. Wicked Sniper says XCN. Wicked Sniper, we just did a video on XCN, so it's on the channel. So I just posted a watch list video. So the watch list videos are posted, and XCN is on the channel. So go check it out. Maxi's a Pump says LOL. Wealth Abundance says, what did I just come on? What happened? Oh, someone was talking crap about another YouTuber, so I banned him. I don't believe that. Like, what? Is a terrible person. Oh my gosh. Damn, that's a lot of negative stuff, but how do you know? How do you know Maxi's a punk? How do you know? Like, how do you know, like, that stuff is real? Like, where are you making that stuff up? You know? How would you know? Because I've been watching him from when he first came out, and I've never heard that whatsoever. So, I don't know why you're saying that. Yeah, hey, Bitcoin Bajan, the RSI is extremely oversold on BNB. So if you're like starting to buy a position now, or even during the bear market, like buying when the RSI was extremely oversold, you could see that you did catch a bottom. So the fact that the RSI broke extremely oversold maybe you do putting it, maybe you're temporarily putting in a bottom now. I don't know if it's necessarily going to go that low because look, like this entire time you were extremely oversold. You managed to establish a base before you started going up. So if I were buying this coin, I would probably start a small position now just in case it starts running. But that's pretty much it for BNB though. And thank you so much for the 5. Sorry, I got distracted with all this negative talk in the chat. Do you think we will have alt season this year? Dude, come on. That's like the $1 million question, man. I thought we were going to have it last year. So, no, I don't think we're going to have alt season this year. I think we're going to have some retracements, and coins are probably going to have some retracements, and it's going to feel like alt season, but it's not going to be alt season. I think people are going to have the opportunity to sell and make some money and not sell the bottom, but I think that ultimately, if we're in a bear market, it's just going to, price is just going to go right back down to the lows, and you're probably going to start making lower lows. So that's what I think. I have people in my family no good, but they front to other people for real. Yeah, but like you're saying that, but like for what? Like you think like we're not even talking about him. I mean, I pulled up his live stream because Bitcoin Bajan was like, where is he? And we just so happened to see that he's gone for 3 weeks or whatever. But like he's not getting $12,000 from me, you know? Like he's like so I don't get it. Triple T says, I'm glad I know them and what they do. Wealth Abundance, I called Z cash lower and up 15%. I think I keep selling every 20% ride to add up 100 before things take off. Because he's a pathological liar. He caught the end of it, but he knows him. Not trying to get on you at all. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think, I don't know. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. But, I mean, you can say that, but like, I don't know. So like, I use like my own information. So, but I appreciate it. I guess if it was coming from that point of view, then yeah, I guess I'm sorry, because you know, you might be right. I don't know anybody online and stuff like that, but yeah, that's just, I don't know. I don't want to have a biased opinion because of that information now, because that like paints a certain picture, and then right off the bat makes you like, oh, okay, like makes you second guess. But then again, it's like, how can you actually know for sure? You're saying you know, and you with conviction, and you actually believe it. So like it's easy for you to be like, hey, no, screw this guy. But for me, for somebody that like, first of all, I don't even know him. I'm just some person online that watches him. But for someone that doesn't know all this information that you said, it's like, okay, like, do I take that information and just run with it? Or do I just, do I take it with a grain of salt and just keep it in the back of my mind? Aloe, welcome to the end of the live stream. My guy on TikTok now, he gives out food information about trading. Oh, he gives out good information about trading. You are good at crypto, buying BTC. You will be well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm done. Like OXT and Dogelon, like this. I thank God I'm out of OXT, man, because I sold my last amount at 6 cents. I don't know if you were here. I don't know if you were watching me, but I sold my last amount at 6 cents back here in June or whatever it was. Um, and it was I only had 100,000 coins left, and it was like 6 grand. And then it felt in like just looking back, I'm like, dude, it would have been $1,800, and I didn't sell the first. I didn't sell this first pump. The majority of my position, I didn't sell this, but it went back up, and thank God I sold, and then I kept a little bit, obviously, just in case it started going up, because I was playing it a little bit smart. But luckily, now I have a little bit of money to actually be able to dollar cost average down with Bitcoin. Because, yeah, man, I mean, Bitcoin, like, we already know, oh, it's at 69,000. I know that based off of history, in 3 years from now, Bitcoin is going to be back at 69,000, if not higher. So I know that at least I'm going to make my money back. So I know I'm going to at least make money buying Bitcoin and buying and dollar cost averaging Bitcoin. I got greedy and I just dollar cost average dumb, stupid altcoins, which I'm never going to do again. So yeah, I agree. Bitcoin's literally screw all the other coins. I'll make a little bit of money with Bitcoin, but at least I'll make some money with Bitcoin rather than this delusional, like, it's not, I guess it's not delusional because it happens, but this idea that I can get like a 10x or a 100x, and I end up holding my coin and it goes up 400%, 300%, and it comes right back down and makes a lower low. So I'm never doing that again. Alice says I come in. Wait, if you say her name, then just ask him if actually that's true. I don't know any of that information. I come in and you guys are talking about Vision, shaking my head. Well, we're not talking about him anymore. So we're talking about BTC Maxi. Rami says DMTR. Demetria. Yeah, this thing is bearish, but I'll take a look at it. All these tokens are going back up, but Bitcoin always the first. And a lot of coins are just going to go have like lower highs and end up tricking everybody and making it think that you're good, guaranteed going back up to its all-time high, and then they never do. So there's like no point. I'm not going to hold for a retracement. I'll just hold Bitcoin. Yeah, so Rami Sheik. So bearish under 1 cent, 50, bullish over 4 cents, 70. I mean, it looks like you already had a 618 retracement. The coin is bearish, so just be careful. Do your own due diligence. The next area of support is 2070, which is actually on. Now, given that we have bottomed out here and the RSI is extremely oversold, do look for a move up, but just be careful in case it makes a lower high, because I think that you could get some sort of retracement, maybe even getting back up to 1 cent 50 and getting stuck and rejected and coming back down, making a lower low. So just be careful. If you're trading it, then theoretically that's where that's where you're going to be making profit, and traders are going to be taking profit, which is a retest of 1 cent 50. But if you're holding it, then just be careful, because it could theoretically even come back to this level and you could still validate this downtrend that you're in, making a lower high and getting sent back down to the next lower low, which obviously is back down here, double bottom at 2026. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Thanks, you're welcome. Triple T for $2. Yo, that's $5 now? No, that's $4 now. So, yo, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Let's go. Brokey, get your bags up and stop hating. I will with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts going down and when I actually start buying BTC. I don't know how much 0.002 BTC is going to do, but as we start going lower and lower, and next time I can catch a big red candle like that, then I'm absolutely going to take advantage of it. But just even 10, 20, 30%. Like even 10%, I'll be happy with 10%. I put in $5 grand and I take out $500, but I just do that over and over again during the bear market. And then when we turn bullish, I just hold it and I just ride it to 200,000. My target is $158,000 for the next BTC. But I'm playing it very like I'm scared. Like I'm playing it very conservatively. So if I sell at 158 and it goes to 200, good for everyone. I don't care because I would have made my money and I'll just wait until I do the same thing next cycle and I'll actually have more money to do that. Buy BTC on the way down, sell during the bounces, and keep accumulating. So will you consider the bull run to continue given the factors ETFs? VAI update, please. VAI update, please. Yo, what is this? This is the wrong chart. Yeah, there's no update on this either, man. Just be careful with this coin. Yeah, be careful with this coin. 3 million, high risk, high reward. It's almost fully diluted. You really need to learn the tokenomics and look into the tokenomics before you buy coins. It looks like it's fully diluted, so you don't have anything to worry about. Now, in terms of TA goes, unfortunately, it is bearish under 1 cent 90, bullish over 4 cents 90. So it's still bearish. You're still making lower highs. So you could theoretically get some sort of retracement back up to 1 cent 90, get stuck at resistance, make a lower high, validate the downtrend, and come back down. So as of right now, this previous low is support at 2046, 43, around this area. So if it doesn't get back over this area of resistance, then unfortunately that's the next landing pad for VAI. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Much easier to short Ethereum than to do what you're saying. Clarity Act passed soonish. I mean, yeah, we might get a temporary bounce in the market, but I think that a lot of people underestimate how low BTC goes during the bear markets. A lot of people underestimate how low it goes. Just the other day, just 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we had a couple of trolls in here coming in and, hey, I'm not going to unban your other thing because I like Maxie's a Punk better than your other name. So, because I could actually say Maxie's a Punk, but I don't want to like read your other, name when I'm like addressing you, like, oh, like Wicked Sniper, Banzeal, and then like, Maxie's a Punk, sure, I'll take that, but like, just FYI. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so just like 3 weeks ago, we had that guy coming in here telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Bitcoin's never going below $80,000. It could barely break below 90 and all this stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm not going to see you at all when it does finally break below and hit our target. It did hit our target at $70,000. I was off by $10,000, but we did land technically on $60,000. I thought we were going to get a bounce from 70 and we didn't. So but yeah, so I think regardless, those things might temporarily pump the market and temporarily be bullish. But if we're bullish, if the market is bearish, we are going to go down. We are going to capitulate. And these moves are going to be nasty. And people will think that crypto's dead, like it happens every single time. So just FYI. Can you check Turbo if you get a minute? John Shanks. So basically, Turbo is on the watch list. So just if you look at the channel, I just posted update videos on the channel today. So there's an update video today for Turbo. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it here. We've been live for about an hour and a half now, so yeah. So I think we're gonna call it here. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for all the members, the subscribers, the super chats. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes and nothing more. I hope we all make it. I hope it all goes up. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will be live again tomorrow, roughly around the same time or around this time tomorrow. So we will be live again tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll see everybody in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great day. Have a great night.